it's really interesting. It's kind of funny that she's kind of the one that got the big head. She's a little sassy, she knows what she wants.
The night everything changed for Darci Lynne. On a night when the stage lights burned brighter than usual, Darci Lynne stepped forward with a confidence that felt different, stronger, sharper, almost electric. Viewers who expected the familiar charm of a ventriloquist prodigy suddenly found themselves watching a performer who seemed reborn. This wasn't just another AGT moment. This felt like the kind of shift that rewrites a career. As the camera zoomed in, the audience rose, sensing something powerful about to unfold. Reporters backstage whispered the same thing. Darci looked ready for the kind of performance that forces the world to pay attention. Yet even as applause filled the arena, few realized what they were about to witness. Her voice, her presence, her approach, everything pointed to a dramatic evolution. It wasn't just a performance, it was a declaration that she wasn't a child star anymore. She was stepping into a new identity with the weight of expectation pressing on her shoulders. And just when the crowd thought they knew what was coming, something unexpected happened. Something that would send fans into a frenzy and ignite conversations across social media. But this transformation didn't happen overnight. From Oklahoma stages to national headlines. Long before this year's stunning performance made waves, Darci Lynne's story began far from the bright chaos of Hollywood. Jaga intonasi netral, seperti pembawa berita televisi. She grew up in Oklahoma, where her talent for singing arrived early, long before she ever touched a puppet. Local teachers and community stages saw something rare in her, a voice that carried emotion well beyond her age. As a reporter following her rise, it's clear that her roots shaped her. That small-town humility mixed with big stage talent creates a combination audiences instantly connect with. Her journey to AGT wasn't simply luck. It was years of careful discipline, practice, and the courage to perform differently. By the time she won season 12, the country already knew her as the girl who could sing without moving her lips. But few understood how deeply she wanted to be more than a novelty act. Even early on, there were hints she was preparing for a bigger stage and a bigger identity. She wasn't just working on puppetry, she was building a voice meant to stand on its own. And that quiet ambition would soon break into the spotlight. A performer who refused to stay in one box. As the years passed, Darci Lynne kept refining her craft behind the scenes. Fans saw the polished performances. Reporters saw the restless drive to evolve. It was clear she wasn't satisfied repeating the same formula. Her rehearsals grew more intense, her vocal training more ambitious, and her creative ideas more daring. She began experimenting, sometimes with puppets, sometimes without them, testing the boundaries of what audiences expected. Her shift wasn't just artistic, it was personal. Growing up in front of millions meant constantly battling expectations. Each time she tried something new, she risked dividing her fan base. Yet instead of stepping back, she leaned forward, pushing herself into unfamiliar territory. That courage became the foundation for the act that shocked viewers this year. Those close to her say she wanted to prove she could stand on any stage with or without her signature characters. A performer, not just a ventriloquist. A vocalist, not just a sensation. And that desire would ignite the most powerful turning point of her career. the act that sent the arena into chaos. When Darci walked onto the stage this year, there was a charged silence, an instinctive pause from the crowd that often precedes something unforgettable. The moment she opened her mouth, the shift was unmistakable. Her voice carried a depth and emotional weight that stunned even longtime fans. The delivery was raw, controlled, and remarkably mature. No gimmicks, no distraction, just her. People in the press section exchanged glances. This was unlike anything she had performed before. The arena reacted instantly. Viewers at home flooded comment sections. Fan clips went viral within hours. Darci wasn't just performing, she was revealing a version of herself she had never shown publicly. Reporters love to mark moments in a rising artist's career. This was one of those moments, clear, sharp, defining. Yet few knew the quiet battles she fought to reach this stage. The pressure you don't see on camera. Behind the bright lights lies a weight that doesn't appear in rehearsals or interviews. Darci Lynne's rise came with the challenge of outgrowing a persona millions adored. For years, she faced the pressure of being the young ventriloquist star, even as she matured into an artist craving reinvention. Sources close to her say she struggled with the fear of disappointing longtime fans if she moved too far from the puppets that made her famous. Others worried whether judges would accept a more serious tone from someone known for charm and comedy. The emotional burden was real, but so was her determination to push through it. Stepping out with a bold new performance wasn't just bravery, it was a risk that could have unraveled everything she built. But instead, something remarkable happened. Fans react with overwhelming support. Moments after the act ended, the reaction was immediate and explosive. Comment sections filled with disbelief. "She's on another level now. I didn't see that coming. This isn't child star Darci anymore. This is a real artist." For a performer who feared outgrowing her original image, the support became a breakthrough. Judges praised her growth. Online communities elevated clips of her performance into trending territory. Even the most skeptical viewers admitted she had taken a daring step forward and nailed it. Fan response didn't just validate the performance, it validated the transformation. And this wave of excitement set the stage for the next big question. Has Darci outgrown the puppet stage forever? One of the most debated topics among AGT watchers is whether Darci Lynne is transitioning into a full solo vocalist. Her latest act reignited that speculation. Every reporter in the media pit heard the same buzz. Is this the beginning of a new chapter? Her ability to command the stage without her signature characters proved something critics doubted. She could hold an audience through pure presence alone. This opens new possibilities. Music releases, broader stage shows, maybe even ventures into acting or live tours. Yet she hasn't abandoned her roots. She's simply expanding. That balance between heritage and evolution keeps fans guessing and engaged. But the most interesting shift is happening behind closed doors. Inside the creative strategy behind her comeback moment. Sources familiar with her preparation say Darci planned this act meticulously. She wanted to surprise viewers while showing a level of artistic maturity she had kept hidden. Her rehearsal strategy focused heavily on emotional clarity, breath control, and storytelling, elements typical of seasoned vocalists rather than variety performers. Behind the scenes, producers reportedly reacted with excitement when they saw early run-throughs. They sensed she was building a headline-worthy moment, and they were right. This wasn't just a performance, it was a statement of long-term direction, a declaration that she was ready to compete with mainstream vocal artists, not just AGT-style talent. And that leads to a bigger shift playing out in talent shows everywhere. How Darci's evolution changes the game. Talent shows traditionally reward novelty acts, but Darci's transformation challenges that pattern. She showed that evolution, not gimmicks, is what keeps audiences invested. Her growth gives future performers a blueprint. Start with something unique, then expand until you outgrow the box you began in. Her performance this year reminds viewers that AGT isn't only about showcasing talent, it's about witnessing journeys. People don't just follow a performer, they follow an evolution. Darci delivered exactly that, and it's why her act exploded across online platforms. And that brings us to the final lingering question. What happens next for Darci Lynne? After a performance that left fans buzzing and critics recalibrating their expectations, Darci Lynne stands on the edge of a new era. The once child star now feels like a rising, multi-dimensional artist with something powerful to say. Reporters sense momentum building around her, and audiences seem ready for whatever comes next. Will she step deeper into full vocal artistry? Will she fuse her ventriloquism with new musical styles? Or is she preparing an even bigger reinvention? Only time will reveal the full story. But one thing is clear. This year's act didn't just impress. It announced a new version of Darci Lynne, confident, emotional, and ready to climb higher than ever. And as viewers, we're left waiting, wondering, what chapter will she write next?